Hello, everybody. I'm back. In case we've never met before, I'm the creator, writer, artist behind DvsM 1975, which was my first indie comic book. I have a very exciting announcement to make. It is not about my COVID hair, which I think you'll admit is pretty exciting. I was looking at myself in the mirror today and I was thinking, I look a little bit like if you ordered Jon Snow off of Wish. Anyway, that's not the exciting announcement. The exciting announcement is today is August 25th, 2020. Exactly 2 years ago, 2 years. Did I emphasize years enough? 2 years ago today, I began writing the script for my second comic, DvsM 1997. And about 3 days ago, I finished drawing the very last page of said DvsM 1997. It's pretty exciting. It's been a long, long road, but here we are. But it's not done yet. What's left to do? Well, I have to do a cover. I have to do an introduction. I've got to do a thank you page. I've got to do other goodies that are in there. But also, most importantly, I've got to proofread the hell out of it. I got to make sure there are no typos, nothing's going to slip through, everything reads the way I want it to read, everything looks right. I don't have to tweak anything or fix any bad drawings or whatever. Everything looks good and I can live with how it is forever once it's out there. Once all of that is done, which won't take a real long time, but could be a couple weeks, then it goes off to the printer. I sit around and wait for a physical proof because I always want to see what it's going to look like for real. Go through that. Hopefully, there'll be no changes. Approve that. Then you're waiting for the order to show up. Then it shows up on Etsy. What does that mean? When will DvsM 1997 be on sale? I'm not committing to a firm date yet because there are a lot of variables in there. There's lots of things that could or could not happen on time. But I'm shooting for end of September, so about a month from now. And that's looking pretty good. I'm optimistic about that. Worst case scenario, it could slip into early October, but that would be the absolute latest, barring some, catastrophic event, which, given how this year is going, is not impossible. A little bit about 1997. When I set out to start doing the DvsM comics, my intention was to create a pretty outlandish sci-fi horror concept and give it some heart by populating it with interesting, three-dimensional, nuanced, believable characters. I thought that is what's going to make it work, and I thought that's what's going to elevate it above just being a comic about dinosaurs and robots fighting. DvsM 1975, I feel very good about. I'm very happy with it. I reread it just recently. It's the first comic I ever made, and I feel like I did a I mean, this is weird to say about your own work, but I feel like I did a pretty good job given that I'd never written and drawn a comic before. It does a good job of introducing you to the world of DvsM. But it really is just that. It's just an introduction. It's just getting your toe in. 1997, I think, fully realizes the vision. It realizes that vision of let's take War of the Worlds and Jurassic Park and mash them together and tell that story as if Ken Burns is telling it. Like that was kind of what I was going for. And I think 97 delivers on that promise. I'm not going to say it's better than 75 because I think it's apples and oranges, and it'll be fun to see fans say, they prefer 75 to 97. This fan's going to prefer 97 to 75. Some other fan's going to prefer 82 or 2001, whatever the other future comics are going to be. But I will say this, it's way more ambitious. I had to stretch much farther as a creator, both in terms of the drawing, the writing, all of it. I think it has more heart. I think it has more interesting ideas in it. and it definitely expands the universe of DvsM. It's a bold comparison to make, but I would want to say that DvsM 1975 is Star Wars: A New Hope. DvsM 1997 is Empire Strikes Back. Okay, 75 introduced you to the basic idea here. Now, hang on, buddy. Like, get in. We're going crazy places with this. I'm very excited for you to get your hands on it. I'm terrified of you getting your hands on it, but I'm excited as well. But we're going to talk a lot more about 97 in the weeks to come. What I wanted to mostly talk about today was the fact that I'm alive. I'm here. I'm creeping out of my bunker. 97 is almost done, and you'll be able to see it soon. But as a result, there's going to be new videos. Now, some of you close channel watchers will probably remember that I talked about doing making of 1997 videos years ago, and they never materialized. Well, it's because once I started writing and drawing the comic and doing my day job, I just couldn't manage editing videos as well. It was too much for me. Some creators somehow pull that off. They can and do it. I could not and did not. I was overwhelmed. Something had to go, and videos were an easy cut. But I did continue to record the whole time. I just wasn't editing anything together. And my intention was, once I'm done with the hardest part of 97, I'll be able to go back and edit videos together and have making of videos. Well, here we are. That time has come. So I'm going to start doing that. The first couple videos are going to be about the writing of 1997, and you'll see the first of those at least, I would say, within a week. They're going to be a little bit different than the videos for 75. They're going to be shorter, for one. I'm going to try and stick to like 5 to 10 minutes, more bite-sized. But also, it was important to me this time to do more material that's me talking about the work while I'm doing it, as opposed to talking about the work after it's already done. That's what the 75 videos were. I had completely done that comic beginning to end, and then I sat down and started talking about what that process was like. It was important to me with 97 to show a little bit more of it, and also show myself in it, to show a little bit of the struggle, a little bit of the day-to-day, a little bit of the frustrations, a little bit of the tedium, all that kind of stuff. I felt like with 75, it gives you the impression that doing a comic is just, I set my mind to do it, and I did it, and it got done. I want to show you that it's a little more complicated than that. The last thing I wanted to mention before I go is I wanted to extend a heartfelt and sincere and very genuine, and I think those might all be synonyms and redundant, thank you to everyone for everything. Thank you for everyone who supported 1975 in whatever way you supported it. Maybe you bought a comic. Maybe you bought a few comics, which always blew my mind. Sometimes I'd get an order for like 3 comics, or I think I got an order once for 10 comics. It's just crazy. I don't know if people were saving them or passing them out, but that was amazing. But even if you didn't buy a comic, if you just liked my Instagram posts, if you liked and followed my YouTube videos, if you had me on your YouTube channel, that was amazing. If you just even asked, like, hey, how's 97 going? How's it coming? 75 was pretty cool. When are we going to write, any of that stuff. If you've been patiently waiting for 97 all this time, thank you. If you've been not so patiently waiting, which there are a few of you, thank you to you as well. I also want to thank friends and family who accepted the fact that when I'm doing something like this, I'm single-minded, I'm buried in my office, and when I'm not in my day job, I'm basically in my night job, which is the comic, and working. I'm hard to reach, I'm slow to respond to emails, I'm slow to respond to Facebook messages, I probably will not call you back anytime soon. It's tough, and I appreciate that's hard for people to understand. But they try to, and that means a lot to me. I think that's it. I have to say, though, trying to struggle with the work-life balance became a lot easier once the pandemic really kicked in. It's kind of easy to dodge plans when it's like, pandemic. Productivity went up with this. So let's hear it for the pandemic, I guess. No? I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all healthy. I hope you're all hanging in there. And I look forward to talking to you more soon.